Hello, my name is Rob. We're here at X Music Studios in Los Angeles, California, and today I'm going to start a new web series called Anatomy of a Mix. The band I'm working with is called The Few, and the song is The Reason Why. I'm going to be importing the raw tracks into Steinberg's Nuendo10.3, which is my DAW of choice, but this stuff is applicable to almost any DAW, especially the Steinberg stuff, Cubase, etc. I hope you find it informative and useful. So in the Nuendo session, I know that this particular song is 96 beats per minute, so I will start with that, and then I will go to where I know audio files are set, and here's the original. So they're set in alphabetical order. I'm going to go through and select all of the things that I know are drum tracks, overhead left and right, ride, room cymbal, snare bottom, snare top, and toms, and import them onto different tracks. And so let me start organizing. Kick in and out at the top, followed by snare, top and bottom. Then we'll go hat, ride, rack tom, 16-inch floor tom, 18-inch floor tom, overhead left and right, and then the room mics. Start coloring these tracks. Drums I make blue. It's just easy for me to remember. Like when I go to grab something, hey, it's blue. And then maybe put them inside of a folder. Create a folder track. Call it drums. Select all my drums. Put them inside. Neat and tidy. On my stereo output, I will put a limiter, say an L2, on the master bus from Waves. So when I hit play, these are just the raw tracks, not panned, not leveled. They're probably going to sound like crap. And here we go. Okay, so I soloed the overheads and I come to recognize that they are panned to drummer's perspective. So the hi-hat I will pan to the left, and the ride cymbal I will pan to the right, and the toms I will pan accordingly. The rack tom a little bit to the left, the 16 to the right, and the 18 a little bit further to the right. I think next up I will start organizing these tracks. I will group them. I will start creating group tracks, and I will do 2 mono tracks for the kick and snare, and then add more group tracks and do stereo for the toms, overheads, and then for the drums, so 3 more. So in my groups I'll have a kick, snare, toms, overhead, and drums. Now I will start routing these. Snare top and bottom. Hat and rides I'll send the overheads. Toms, of course, the tom bus. Okay, so these sound like they were recorded okay, not great, but not horrible in any way. So most likely what I would do next is group all of the tom tracks by lassoing them and hitting Control G, and then I'll start cutting out the tom fills. And this is something I do just to clean it up. I mean, you could set gates on this stuff, and that's also completely acceptable, but I just like cleaning it up. And these are just real rough edits I'll get in and do. Okay, so now the rough edit on the toms is there. I will select the tracks and ungroup them and go in and do the cleaner edits. Like I said, you don't necessarily need to do this kind of stuff, but I just find it easier when you're doing a very dense rock mix to just cut out any unusable stuff that's not really going to translate in the mix and could take up headroom later on. Things are always a little bit different when you receive something that you didn't record yourself, and so you're kind of at the mercy of dealing the hand that you're dealt, not the one you want. And that's it. That's how I set up my drum template, by organizing the tracks and then grouping them and then doing some slight editing. In version 2 of Anatomy of a Mix, I'm going to start talking about adding in some drum samples to supplement the kick and snare, and probably some parallel compression also. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.